Today, we are diving into something pretty incredible. It's an AI platform called MyoSuite, and it is built to simulate human muscles. Now, that might sound a little abstract, but it's on track to completely change how we do everything from building prosthetics to helping people recover from serious injuries. This is really a story about creating a digital twin for the human body, and honestly, it's just fascinating. Okay, let's start with something really simple. Think about turning a key in a lock. You probably do it every day without even thinking about it. Seems totally effortless, right? Well, it turns out that underneath the surface, there's a wild amount of complexity going on. It's actually more like a biological orchestra. You've got dozens of different muscles, tendons, and joints, and they all have to coordinate with perfect timing just to get that one little motion right. Our bodies are amazing, for sure, but that brilliance also means they're pretty fragile and incredibly hard to fix when something goes wrong. And that brings us right to our first section, really trying to understand this complex orchestra. For decades, being able to replicate and truly get how human movement works has been this massive challenge for both medicine and artificial intelligence. And this is where that challenge gets real. We're not talking about huge, dramatic movements. MyoSuite can simulate things like turning a key, yeah, but also twirling a pen between your fingers, or even rotating those two little dexterity balls in one hand. These are the kinds of super fine motor skills that need dozens of tiny, exact muscle adjustments every single second. So for years, trying to create a digital version of this biological masterpiece, it felt almost impossible. The complexity was just off the charts. But what if all of that was about to change? Which brings us to our next part, a digital twin supercharged. We're about to meet the tech that's finally starting to crack this really tough code. So what is MyoSuite exactly? Well, at its core, it's an AI simulation platform that builds a digital twin of our musculoskeletal system. You know, the whole network of muscles, tendons, and bones that lets us move around. It's basically a virtual copy of you, all working together inside a computer. The researchers who created it, they call it a virtual laboratory for the human body. And that's a perfect description. It's this safe digital world where scientists can test out new treatments, design way better prosthetics, or even plan complex surgeries without any risk to a real person. And it's right here that the real breakthrough happens. This is what makes MyoSuite such a game changer. It can run these unbelievably complex simulations up to 4,000 times faster than any of the older systems. I mean, that's not just a little bit quicker, it's a gigantic leap. And to put that 4,000x number into perspective, what used to take a researcher maybe all night just to simulate one single design for a prosthetic arm, well, they can now test thousands of different versions in that same amount of time. It's not just an improvement, it's a totally new way of doing things. This kind of speed unlocks new types of AI, like reinforcement learning, which lets the machine learn through massive amounts of trial and error, finding solutions a human might never even think of. So why does all this speed matter so much? Well, think about weather forecasting. It got way more accurate once computers got powerful enough to run thousands of simulations at once. It's the exact same idea here. More simulations mean you get a much deeper understanding, and you can make far more accurate predictions about how the human body is going to react to something. Okay, so now let's look at how this crazy technology is actually transforming medicine and helping patients. Let's get into our next section, healing in a simulation. Let's take prosthetics. The old way involved a ton of physical trial and error. The new way, it's digital first. You can simulate exactly how a new prosthetic hand will work with virtual muscles, run through thousands of different designs, and find the absolute best one for natural movement, all before you even think about building a physical prototype. But this goes way beyond just prosthetics. MyoSuite can model real medical conditions, like the muscle loss that happens as we get older, called sarcopenia. Or just imagine a surgeon being able to simulate a tendon transfer surgery and see the outcome digitally before they ever make a single cut. This is how we get to truly personalized medicine. And the potential for rehabilitation is just huge. Think about a rehab robot that isn't just going through the motions. Instead, it's guided by an AI that actually understands the patient's unique muscle fatigue and how they're recovering. It's like having a super intelligent personal fitness coach that knows exactly how your body is responding second by second. And you know, what's really profound about all this is that MyoSuite finally connects the brain's decisions with the body's actions. For years, AI was all about the what, the decisions, and biomechanics was all about the how, the physical movement.
MyoSuite is the bridge that connects them, letting AI finally understand how a thought actually becomes a physical action. This all points to a really exciting new future. So, for our final section, let's look at the body's digital future and what this all means for science and, well, for all of us. And here is a really important detail. The team behind MyoSuite made it open source. This isn't some secret, locked-down technology. It's basically an open invitation to scientists all over the world to jump in, collaborate, build on it, and speed up progress for everybody. And the list of potential uses is incredibly broad. We're talking about designing smarter exoskeletons to help people walk, making robotic surgery tools even better, and maybe even getting a whole new understanding of neurological diseases. And yeah, it could even lead to more realistic digital avatars for virtual worlds, because creating lifelike movement is a problem everywhere. If there's one idea you take away from all of this, let it be this one. MyoSuite is basically a wind tunnel for the human body. You know how engineers use wind tunnels to test and perfect airplane designs in a safe, controlled way before they build the real thing? This is exactly that, but for medicine, for prosthetics, and for rehabilitation. So that really leaves us with one final, powerful question. Now that we have the ability to safely test thousands of different treatments in a digital world first, what will we cure next?